May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and with all this staying at home, your mental health is probably suffering a little bit at least. But what about the young people in your house? How is this affecting them? Clinical social worker Mary Albertoli has a new project, a docuseries called The Shift, and that's exactly what she's focusing on, the mental health of young people. Hi, Mary.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. I mean,
Thanks,
as great as can be in this weirdness, but
yeah, exactly.
All right, so I started by saying May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and there are a lot of adults that are going through a lot of mental fatigue and issues right now because of where we all are, but you are really focused on young people, and I would imagine there's a lot that they're going through as well.
Well, certainly, I mean, even before the pandemic, which I'm sure for a lot of people has added additional stress onto their lives, there's a whole host of issues that this population has been struggling with for years, you know, whether it be the pure bullying, whether it be the school shootings, the spike in the suicide rate, the thoughts of suicidal ideation, which have grown, anxiety and depression, cutting, the pressure they have on themselves in terms of academic performance has grown tremendously. The social isolation from media and the things that go on that maybe we don't know about are a factor as well. So yeah, the reason for The Shift, the docuseries, should really come in with a sense of we don't know what's going on with this population, that we really need to hear from them first and foremost what they're struggling with, and offer not answers, but a safe platform by which they can be heard on a national, potentially international level, so that, you know, we can get them the resources they need.
Okay, so let's talk about The Shift. So The Shift is this docuseries that you have come up with that kind of highlights on a bus. You go around and you travel and you talk to these young people and you go to them and you meet them in the place where they are and talk about these really important issues. I know you're still in the process of shooting most of this show, and I'm wondering, have you come across anything that one of these young people has said to you that said, oh my gosh,
yes,
this is what it is?
Yes. On our promo, which was a day of shooting, we had about 10 young adults, teenagers, ages between 14 and 24 come on and talk about what they were dealing with on a daily basis. And one 20-year-old opened up and said he had thoughts of suicidal ideation. He had thoughts of hurting himself every day. And in fact, 6 months prior, he had found himself on a bridge with one leg over, and he was ready to jump. And he found himself crying, and he said, I don't want to die. I just don't know how to live.
So what is it? I mean, we've all had really tough lives. You know, all of us adults have gone through a lot of things, and we've all gone through tough times in our lives. But
Right.
What is it with this specific generation that you're targeting that is different than what happened to us?
Well, I don't know, you know, your age range, but I certainly didn't have social media to contend with growing up as a teenager. In fact, some of the things that I thought about that happened to me in terms of like peer bullying, for example, had it happened on a social media scale, I think that it would have really damaged me. I was very vulnerable. I was very sensitive to how others felt about me. So, you know, that automatically puts them on a different level. I think they're also maybe being asked to handle things at an adult level that is way too soon for them. This is all only what I'm observing, but I know that what they're exposed to on social media and even on TV and elsewise it could be too much to actually process in a way that's healthy. Now, I'm not saying that's an answer. I'm just saying it's one thing to look at. Now, I just want to say the stigma around mental health too is another thing. I think culturally, people do struggle with letting go of what they're making it mean for their son or daughter to come up and say, listen, I'm depressed or anxious. It's really letting go of what that means to us, because it's not about us, it's about them.
Right. I mean, what a fascinating, I couldn't imagine how many insights that you would get if you traveled around this country on a bus and talked to young people. It would be fascinating.
Yeah.
So this series, I'm sure, is going to be really eye-opening when it gets released. But there are some things you want to mention about Mental Health Awareness Month in May, right? Some hashtags and some things that people can do to hopefully reduce that stigma.
Well, certainly, if you want to come and look on our website, which will be updated May 1st, it's www.theshiftshow.com.
Mm-hmm.
And also we have hashtags on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok, and that is _series. So you can look at that as well. I'm doing a lot of blogs on Medium right now. So, I mean, be on the lookout. We're really working very hard to get the word out about the shift. So we'll have everything we need to make this happen ASAP.
And what is your goal of this? What's the goal of doing this?
Well, it's to leave people feeling like they're not alone with whatever they're going through. We tend as human beings, when we go into our suffering, to kind of make it mean that we're alone in it. I'm just saying that from what I've observed. And when we do that, there's a sense of nobody would understand what I'm going through. When 10 to 1 shot, the person literally the next street over has gone through something similar. I'm always amazed how many people have gone through very similar experiences that I have. Mm-hmm. And, it's the goal is you're not alone. Let's talk about these things. Let's get them out there and really work hard to remove what's in our space that's keeping us from having these conversations with our youth.
All right, Mary Albertoli, thank you so much for your time. The website is the website is theshiftshow.com or theshiftsseries.com. What is it?
It's theshiftshow.com, and then the shift_series is our hashtag.
Very good. All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.